श्यामे पृथक उर्सी शोभिता श्रिया स्वाश चूड़ामणिं सुभाग्यन्तं शिवात्मभीष्मम् कृत्सं प्रसाद समुखं स्पृहन्यधाम स्नेहावलोककालया हृदय संस्पृशन्तम् श्यामे पृथव उरसी शोभिता श्रिया चूड़ामणिं सुभाग्यन्तं शिवात्मभीष्मम्. Synonyms: Krishna Prasada, blessing everyone. Sumukham, auspicious face. Sprihaniya, desirable. Dham, shelter. Neha, affection. Avaloka, looking upon. Kaliya, by expansion. Hriday, within the heart. Tam sparshantam, touching. Shame, onto the Lord with blackish color. Prithu, broad. Urasi, chest. Shobhita, being decorated. Shriya, goddesses, goddess of fortune. Swa, heavenly planets. Chudamanim, summit. Subhagyantam, spreading good fortune. Eve, like. Atma, the supreme person of Godhead. Vishnaya, abode. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace. A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami. Translation: The Lord is the reservoir of all pleasure. His auspicious presence is meant for everyone's benediction, and his affectionate smiling and glancing touch the core of the heart. The Lord's beautiful bodily color is blackish, and his broad chest is the resting place of the goddess of fortune, who glorifies the entire spiritual world, the summit of all heavenly planets. Thus it appeared that the Lord was personally spreading the beauty and good fortune of the spiritual world. Purport. Beautiful purport, so we'll spend a little bit of time reading. When the Lord came into that assembly of in front of the seventh gate, where this incident occurred. When the Lord came, he was pleased with everyone. So this is very significant. He was pleased with everyone. Therefore, it is stated here, Krishnan Prasad Sumukham. The Lord knew that even the offensive doormen were his pure devotees. Although by chance they committed an offense at the feet of other devotees. To commit an offense against a devotee is very dangerous in devotional service. Lord Chaitanya therefore said that an offense to a devotee is just like a mad elephant run loose. When a mad elephant enters a garden, it tramples all the plants. Similarly, an offense onto the feet of a pure devotee murders one's position in devotional service. Murders one's position in devotional service. On the part of the Lord, there was no offended mood because he does not accept any offense created by his sincere devotee. But a devotee should be very cautious of committing offense at the feet of another devotee. The Lord, being equal to all and being especially inclined to his devotee, looked as mercifully at the offenders as at the offended. This attitude of the Lord was due to his unlimited quantity of transcendental qualities. His cheerful attitude towards the devotees was so pleasing and heart-touching that his very smile was attractive for them. That attraction was glorious, not only for all the higher planets of this material world, but beyond for the spiritual world also. Generally, a human being has no idea of what the constitutional position is in the higher material planets, which are far better constituted in regard to all the paraphernalia. Yet the Vaikuntha planet is so pleasing and so celestial that it is compared to the middle jewel, a locket in a necklace of jewels. In this verse, the words Sprihaniya Dhama indicates that the Lord is the reservoir of all pleasure because he has all transcendental qualities. Although only some of these are aspired for by persons who hanker after the pleasure of merging in the impersonal Brahman. There are other aspirants who want to associate with the Lord personally as his servants. The Lord is so kind that he gives shelter to everyone, both impersonalists and devotees. He gives shelter to the impersonalist in his impersonal Brahman effulgence, whereas he gives shelter to the devotees in his personal abodes known as the Vaikuntha Lokas. He is especially inclined to his devotee. He touches the core of the heart of the devotee simply by smiling and glancing over him. The Lord is always served in the Vaikuntha Loka by many hundreds and thousands of goddess fortune, as stated by the Brahma Samhita, Lakshmi Sasar Sambram Sevyamanam. In this material world, one is glorified if he is favored even a pinch by the goddess of fortune. So we can simply imagine how glorified is the kingdom of God in the spiritual world, where many hundreds and thousands of goddesses of fortune engage in the direct service of the Lord. Another feature of this verse is that it openly declares where the Vaikuntha Lokas are situated. They are situated as the summit of all the heavenly planets, which are above the sun globe at the upper limit of the universe and are known as Satyaloka or Brahmaloka. The spiritual world is situated beyond the universe. Therefore, it is stated here that the spiritual world, Vaikuntha Loka, is the summit of all planetary systems. Om Agyanti Brandasya Gyanandina Salataya Chakshuran Militam Jena Asmai Shri Guru Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sapitam Jena Mutale Swayam Rupa Kadamaham Dadati Swapatam Bande Ham Shri Guru Shri Chatapat Kamalam Shri Guru Vaishnavam Cha Shri Rupam Sagar Jatam Sehgana Raghunatam Tam Sujivam Sadhvetam Savadutam Parijana Sanditam Krishna Chaitanya Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sehgana Balita Shri Vishakha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Deen Bandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namaskute Apta Kanchan Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavana Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Vanchakalpaturu Kripa Sindhu Vincha Patitana Pavane Bhyo Vaishnava Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advait Gadadhar Shri Vasudeva Gaura Bhaktivinoda Hare Krishna 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 Hare Ram Ram. Welcome all the Vaishnavas for being on this call. Translation will read one more time. The Lord is the reservoir of all pleasure. His auspicious presence is meant for everyone's benediction. And his affectionate smiling and glancing touch the core of the heart. So, this is a wonderful pastimes of the Lord. As Akhilesh Krishna Prabhu discussed yesterday, Lord has appeared on the scene, seemingly some conflict, some argument, some curses. Somebody got angry, somebody misunderstood or got misunderstood. Somebody offended and somebody got offended. Somebody offended somebody and somebody felt offended. So it's difficult. Many times it's difficult to know who actually offended who. When Lord Indra, he felt offended by the Brajavasis. He felt Brajavasis supposed to offer him the sacrifices. Every year they've been doing it for forever. And 1 year now they're doing it. So Indra Devta got offended. So he sent his Vartaka clouds to the Braj to give them a lesson. But then we notice at the very end of that pastimes, he himself, by the help of the Lord and other devotees, he then felt that he offended the Brajavasis and the Lord. So here, same thing, something similar. It's actually everyday story in our lives also. Sometimes we feel offended, but then after a few days, few weeks, few months of some realizations, of some introspections, some guidance, hearing some pastimes with the Lord and his devotees, we feel the same mind who felt offended a month ago, same minds get the realizations that, oh, I probably have offended this particular devotee. The reason I'm sharing this because it's difficult. It's difficult. In this particular case, Jai and Vijay, did they actually offended 4 Kumaras? Maybe not, maybe not. They were doing their duty. Their duty was to guard the Kuntha planets, not to let everybody and anybody come in. So they did their duty. So here, what I see a lesson for me that this, I think I highlighted. This particular line is especially inclined to his devotee. He touches the core of the heart of the devotee simply by smiling and glancing over him. Simply by smiling and glancing. And here, very beautiful poetic language used. He has a sumukham. He has a auspicious face. What kind of auspicious face? Desirable. And that auspicious face acts as a desirable shelter. Everybody wants to see that desirable shelter, Sprihinya Dhama, which means everybody, all the living entities want to see that auspicious face. And why? Because they feel blessed It's blessing everyone. Kritsan Prasada. And the suspicious face um, is smiling. Here it is says, um, samsparshtam, touching the heart. So when Lord Vishnu, Lord Krishna smiles upon his living entities, he touches the hearts of the living entity. So we just want to focus on probably this one point in our limited time. We have 10 minutes or so. What this smiling of the Lord means to giant Vijay and to four Kumaras in this particular context. Our Acharya explains that Lord first smiles at the four Kumaras because four Kumaras are the guests into the Vaikuntha Loka. Jai and Vijay, they live there, but four Kumaras are the guests. So the first smile, Lord is smiling with his smiling face. He's touching the heart of the four Kumaras and saying what is from his body language. It says action speaks louder than words. So from his body language, with his smiling face, he's telling the four Kumaras that please forgive me. I take the blame. But not only that, he's touching the heart of the four Kumaras by also saying that you are my guest and we have done something wrong with me and my servants Jai and Vijay. You're the pure devotees of mine. You deserve the best. You did not deserve this treatment what Jai and Vijay have given you. Guests supposed to have a genuine welcome. And it seems like we were not able to genuinely welcome you. Therefore, please let it go. Please forgive us. And your anger, your curse to Jai and Vijay is justified. Through that smiling glance, Lord is touching the heart of four Kumaras by making the four Kumaras feel better, okay about the decisions, what they have done. They have just done something very serious by cursing the four Kumaras. And big curse that Jai and Vijay have to leave their master and go to the material world for 3 lifetimes. So Lord knows that these four Kumaras are pure. They are feeling they're feeling hurt, but they're also feeling bad that why they have cursed the four Kumaras. So that's a sign of a pure devotee. Even if he offends somebody or get offended, he feels bad, he feels morose. And we will see in the coming pages of Srimad Bhagavatam, next chapter, how bad the four Kumaras will feel, how morose. So that's the first smiling of the Lord and touching the heart of the four Kumaras by bringing auspiciousness in their hearts, if their hearts are broken. They are in the Vaikuntha Loka and they have to deal with something not so auspicious. And then Lord smiles upon the Jai and Vijay, his servants, giving them the benefit of doubt, telling them again, because he's kind to all. Srila Prabhupada translates beautifully, his auspicious presence is meant for everyone's benedictions. So he's benedicting the four Kumaras and he's benedicting the Jai and Vijay. He's not upset with Jai and Vijay. He recognized their services for millions of years as menial door stopper, the guards on the doors. Lord is recognizing their services. Through his smiling glance at the Jan Vijay, he's assuring them that it's okay. Some mistake has happened, but it's okay. I give you the benefit of doubt. You have done a lot for me. So it's just like it's explained that I just met one of our very dear relative, and this Mataji is pregnant, and she was sitting next to us, and she was telling us that her her baby is kicking her mother inside the womb. But I see her face was smiling. She was happy that my baby is kicking in my womb. She had finished dinner and she felt the baby is doing something. So kicking of the baby inside the womb of the mother is pleasant to the mother. But just imagine that same baby comes out, and after a few years, mom says, do something, and baby kicks the mother. It hurts. So for the Lord, the mistake that's committed by his dear servants is like kicking of the baby in the womb of the mother. It's not a big deal. For the Lord, it's not a big deal. For the devotee, it's a big deal that he has made an offense. But for the Lord, it's not. So he, with his auspicious, smiling glance, all auspicious, touching the heart of Jan Vijay also, making them feel better, not making them feel broken-hearted. It's just like a mother give a time out. So this is for Jan Vijay from the reference point of Lord Vishnu. It's just a time out. Okay, you have done something. Child has hit the other child on his head. Okay, you have a time out. Go into your room and you're not going to get some toys for next 3 hours. It's a time out. So from the reference point of the Lord, Jan Vijay leaving Vaikuntha planets, going to the material world, taking these three incarnations is a bit small time out. So that smiling, auspicious glance over Jan Vijay also represents making Jan Vijay feel okay. So that's the kindness of the Lord to his devotees, to all the living entities. And Srila Prabhupada writes beautifully in the purport. If we dig deeper, we need good 1 hour or something. But that how he gives shelter to the impersonalist, how he gives shelter to the demons, how he gives shelter to the devotees. All kind of living entities find shelter at the lotus feet of the Lord. He's very kind. He's kind to all. That's the special feature, you can say, quality of the Lord. But on the devotee side, devotee doesn't take this as a missing a word, as a check. Okay, Lord is not going to mind anyway. My master is not going to mind anyway. I can do anything I want. No, devotee is very, very careful. Devotee is very, very sensitive how to deal with other devotees, how to not judge. Yes, mistakes can be made, but then how to not justify. Here we see in this particular example, Jan Vijay, they're not justifying to the Lord that, oh, we have stopped four Kumaras because ABC. Always reasoning because they are four small naked child. We don't know them. Why should we allow them through the seventh gate, which is only for very advanced souls, yogis who have performed tapasyas for millions of years and purified their hearts? They can come through the seventh gate and have your darshan, but not for naked boys. So they could have justified in many different ways, but they're not doing it. So this is for the devotee side. Devotee is not looking that, okay, he has made some mistake has happened, either in the temple or at home, or with the deities, or at the yatra, or at the dham, or in the cooking seva. In any seva, mistake will happen. We are bound to make mistakes. Here, Jan Vijay sitting in Vaikuntha planet made some small mistakes, but we are in this material world, fully absorbed with three modes of material nature, passionate about our services. Passion will make us make mistakes. So mistakes will happen. But then, do we feel morose after we made the mistake? Do we feel like Jan Vijay? Or even in this case, the pure devotees of the Lord Four Kumaras, they are feeling they have made mistake by too quickly making a decision that Jan Vijay stopping is a big deal, therefore they must be cursed. In the future pages, again in next chapter, we'll find that they're very morose. They actually told Lord Vishnu that please, please, please punish us. They're not saying punish Jan Vijay. They're saying punish us because we have done something we should not have done. So that's a devotee side. Devotee takes responsibility. And even Lord is kind. Even Lord is not taking an offense. But devotee is very, very careful. In English, it says, give a dog a bad name and hang him. So sometimes we as devotees, we give a justification that devotee is not actually a devotee. That devotee not is a pure devotee. He's not even an initiated devotee. He's not even coming to temple. Therefore, I can judge him, criticize him, offend him. Give a dog a bad name and then hang him. That mentality is not appreciated by the Lord. Because Lord is so kind, we want to imbibe his quality to be kind to all. So I see these two lessons for my own understanding or for my own application in my own life. So I'll stop here. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Devakinandan. We'd like to wish everybody a safe and Krishna conscious day and weekend ahead. Weekend filled with wonderful activities. This is Japa retreat starting from today evening. With Holiness Lapad Maharaj, and will continue today evening, tomorrow, and then on Sunday. Also Sunday is Ekadasi, minimally fasting from grains and beans and increasing our Krishna consciousness, especially I encourage you to take part in this Japa retreat so that you can absorb in chanting on Ekadasi day. Someone is already chanting. Now itself, they're preparing for the chanting. Okay,
In
wonderful.
the evening also, you can mention one of those class.
In the evening, Sunday evening, we have Ramapad Maharaj speaking from 5 to 6 p.m., followed by Gaurarti, and then Gauranga Prabhu visiting us and also enlivening us with his association from 6:30 to 8:30. So Sunday filled with wonderful chanting and wonderful hearing of Katha. We like to offer our prayers to the Supreme Lord by chanting Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Hare Hare,
Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Rama Rama, Hare Hare,
Hare
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 Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Krishna,
Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna Hare
Krishna
Hare, Hare
Krishna,
Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama.
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Shri Nrsingo, Jai Nrsingo, Jai Jai Nrsingo,
Jai Narsinga,
Sarvadesha, Jai Padma Bringa,
Padma Bringa,
Ugraviram,
Ugravedam,
Vishnu
Bhagavatam,
Sarvadokam,
Vishnu Madhur,
Vishnu
Nityam,
Mritya Mritya Namamyam.
Nrsinga Bhagwan ki Jai,
Jai,
Maharaj ki Jai.
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 Let's offer our humble obeisances to all the Samar Vaishnavas. One shakal
Vanshakal
Kalpataru,
Pataru
Vaishnava,
Pasa
Pati
Nam Pavan
Vaishnava, Vaishnava, Namo Namah.
Vaishnava ki
Jai,
Green Prasim Bhavatam ki
Ki
Jai,
Jai
Rupa ki
Jai.
Jai.
Gaur Pemanande.
Hari,
Hari
Hari,
Hari.
Hari, Hari, Bo.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, everybody. Hari
Thank you
Bo,
everyone.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.